In Fanscomb barn, who knows not Fanscomb barn? Seated between the sides of rising hills, whose airy tops o'erlook the galaxies, whilst, gentle stower, thy waters near them flow, to beautify the seats that crown thy banks. In this retreat through ages past consigned for harbour meet, and place of sweet repose to wanderers poor, the weary stroll pedant felt that ease, which many a dangerous sparrow had denied to him, and his budget a loved compeer, nor food was wanting to the happy pair, who with meek aspect, and precarious tone, well suited to their hunger and degree, had moved the hearts of hospitable dames, to furnish such repast as nature craved. Whilst more to please the swarthy bull appears, replete with liquor, globulous to fight, and threatening inundation o'er the brim, yet, ere it to the longing lips was raised of him who held it at its due desert, and more than all entreated bounty prized, into the strong profundity he throws the floating healths of females, blithe and young, who there had rendezvoused in past delight, and to stolen plenty added clamorous mirth, with song, and dance, and every jovial prank befitting buxom crew, untied by forms, whilst kind budget benumbed such sturdy youths, as next into her tender thoughts revolved, and now were straggling east, and west, and south, hoof beating, and at large, as chance directs, still shifting paths, lest men, though stilled of peace, should urge their calmer thoughts to iron war, or force them to promote coercive laws, beating that hemp which oft entraps their lives, or into cordage pleated, and amassed, deprives unruly flesh of tempting skin. Thus kind remembrance brought the absent near and hastened the return of either's pledge. Brown were the toasts, but not unsavory found to fancies cleared by exercise and air, which the spirituous nectar still improves, and gliding now through every cherished vein, new warmth diffused, new cogitations bred, with self-conceit of person, and of parts. Winstrol pedant, late distorted white, limb wanting to the view, and almes shopped, permits a pinion arm to fill the sleeve, erst pendant, void, and waving with the wind, the timber leg obsequiously withdraws, and gives to that of bone precedence due. Thus undisguised that form again he wears, which damsel fond had drawn from household toils, and strict behest of parents, old and scorned, whilst farther yet his intellects confess the boozy spell dilated and enhanced, ripe for description, and set turns of speech, which to conjugal spouse were thus addressed: My wife, acknowledged such thromonding tribes, as long as mutual love, the only law, of hedge or barn, can bind our easy faiths, be thou observant of thy husband's voice, so lauded of flights and figures bold, know, that the valley which we hence descry richly adorned, is Fanscomb bottom called, but whether from these walls it takes the name, or they from that, let antiquaries tell, and men, well read in stories obsolete, whilst such denomination either claims, as speaks affinity contiguous thence let thy scattered sight, and oft grief smell engulf the sweets, and colours free disposed to flowers promiscuous, and redundant plants. And, if the drowsy vapour will admit, which from the bowl soon triumphs o'er thy lids, and thee the weaker vessel still denotes, with looks erect observe the verdant slope of graceful hills, fertile in bush and brake, whose height attained, expatiated downs shall wider scenes display of rural glee, where bannered lords, and fair escutcheoned knights, with gentle squires, and the staff-griping clown, pursue the trembling prey impetuous, which yet escaping, when the night returns, and downy beds enfold their careless limbs, more wakeful trundle, knapsack-bearing cur, follows the scent untracked by nobler hounds, and brings to us the fruit of all their toil. Thus sung the bard, whom potent liquor raced, nor so contented, wished sublime arrayed. Ye wits! He cried, ye poets! Loiterers vain, who like to us, in idleness and want consume fantastic hours, hither repair, and tell to listening mendicants the cause of wonders, here observed but not discussed, where, the white sparrow never soiled her plumes, nor the dull russet clothes the snowy mouse. To Helicon you might the spring compare, that flows near Pickersdane renowned stream, which, for disport and play, the youths frequent, who, trained in learned school of ancient first at this fount suck in the muses' lore, when mixed with product of the Indian cane, they drink delicious draughts, and part inspirred, fit for the banks of Isis, or of Cham, for Cham, and Isis to the bard were known, a servitor, when young in college hall, though vagrant liberty he early chose, who yet, when drunk, retain poetic phrase, nor shewed, quoth he, that well, o'erhung with shade, amidst those neighboring trees of dayless growth, be left unfathomed by your nicer skill who thence could extricate 1,000 charms, or to oblivious lethe might convert the stagnant waters of the sleepy pool. But most unhappy was that Morphean sound for lulled Bajada, who had long desired dismission fair from tales, not throughly scanned, thinking her love a sympathy confessed, when the word sleepy parted from his lips, sunk affable and easy to that rest, which straw affords to minds, unvexed with cares,